From Lawndale High School inside the Cardinal Nest, it's Pioneer League action featuring the Lawndale Cardinals and the South Torrance Spartans. Good evening, everybody, from the Cardinal Nest, along with Egidio and Sebastian and Rufus Washington and the terrific CityTV crew. It is a terrific game tonight and a celebratory night, Rufus Washington, because the Cardinals are the champs of the Pioneer League.
They definitely are, Lou, something they've never achieved before as a school. Two things. The other thing is they've never achieved 8 wins in league. Their goal and their objective now is to finish out and do something no other Cardinal team has ever done and can be duplicated, and that's to go undefeated in Pioneer League play.
And it's not going to be easy, Egidio, because they're taking on a South Torrance team that went to the championship game last year in their division, and they are led by Hackman.
And exactly right. Hackmans have to be a huge part of this offense here tonight in order for the Spartans to get a win. They're coming off a 44-37 loss, and Coach said they have to focus on the flex offense tonight in order to get a W.
And they are at 5-3 in the Pioneer League. And because the Cardinals have won the league, they're led by Will Newman, who had 39 points at North.
Definitely. Will Newman exploding, like you said, for 39 at North Torrance High School, clinching that league championship. But like Rufus said, something never been done here, winning this Pioneer League championship, and I think that has a lot to do with Coach Brownlee. This guys came in here and turned this program around, got these guys playing undefeated basketball right now. Let's see if they can continue that tonight.
The Spartans are well coached by Leo Clem out of Notre Dame. Chris Brownlee, we know what he can do. The starting lineups and the tip-off coming up next on CityTV. Back courtside with Rufus Washington, and boy, this is an exciting time because the Cardinals have never flown this high in Pioneer League action, ever. And 8-0 in Pioneer League. South at 5-3, tied with North at 5-3, and a big 85-83 win for Lawndale. And that was at the launching pad at North High School.
Absolutely, and at home of the Duperons. I can remember years ago
Yeah.
we used to see Luke Duperon, coached by his dad, I mean, just put up some crazy numbers. And in fact, it was a couple of years ago we saw a very similar game between Lawndale and North.
Absolutely. There you see Coach Leo Clem of the South Spartans at 15-8 overall, 5-3, and tied for second place. They've lost 2 in a row. But Rufus, an interesting stat, they are 4-0 on the road this year. And Leo Clem is in his 6th season at the Spartans, has championships in his under his belt at Santa Monica and in the state of Indiana. Let's go to the starting lineups for the Spartans. Number 3, Ryan Higashi, a guard, a 5'6" junior. Number 10, Amar Kukrega. He's the point guard and the captain, and he's a 5'9" senior. Kenichi Hackman, number 15, a forward center. He is 6'2", 170 pounds, a senior, one of the leading scorers on this team. And number 22, Jake Lai, a guard forward, a captain. He's also the leading scorer on one of the leading scorers on this team, a 6'2" senior. Then number 25, Ajaya Kukrega, and he is a point guard, a 6-foot senior. And I made a mistake there. Number 15, Kenji Hackman, is not starting. It's number 20, Hamjad Arian, a 6'2" senior. Again, the Spartans are coached by Leo Clem. Now, the Lawndale Cardinals, the Pioneer League leading team. Number 1, Will Newman, the leading scorer on this team with 19 points a game. And he is a 6'2" senior with 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals against North. Number 3, the point guard, a 5'9" senior, is Myron Phillips. Phillips averaging 3.3 points a game and also 0.4 rebounds, but he really facilitates this offense. Number 4, the big man in the middle, and he's done a lot of growing up since we saw him against Lusinger. The 6'9", listed as 6'9", sophomore, 180 pounds, Shemezi Matu. Sonny L.T. Wells at the microphone across the way. And there's Shemezi. Next, the point guard, another point guard, and he does handle the ball. Number 10, Nathan McAnally, a 5'9", 160-pound senior, and he really gets his nose dirty out there. If he was playing football, he'd come home all full of mud. And then, rounding out the starting lineup for the Lawndale Cardinals, number 20, Sergio Blandon, a forward, a 6'1", 175-pound senior, and obviously a favorite with the Spirit Squad. A handsome young man, that's for sure.
Yep.
Cardinals are coached by Chris Brownlee in his second year, 25-10 overall, 16-8 this year, 8-0. And like we said, they are the champions in the Pioneer League, winners of 4 in a row, and they're 4-0 at home, ranked number 9th in the CIF 2AA. The Spartans are ranked number 20th in CIF 3 AAA. So we're going to see a terrific ball game here. Two different styles of ball, two different types of physicalities that are going to be on the court.
Absolutely, but it's going to be a very entertaining game. As you said, South's coach, Leo Clem, a coach's coach. I mean, you talk about going to a coach's clinic. In about 5 minutes, he told us everything that we need to know about flex offenses and so forth.
I'm ready to coach a team myself now. And I barely know what that thing that the referee's holding in his hands. Who are our referees tonight?
Ron Joseph tossed it. He's the official. We've seen him 3 times now already. And Heath Hamilton, another veteran South Bay official. A very good crew working tonight's game.
So this should be very entertaining. A zone defense going to be employed by the Spartans. Down on under to Matu, and he just puts it in the bucket. Sonny Wells letting everybody know that was me too. Not you two, but me too.
And Lou, that's something we've not seen me too do before. One, he's down low inside, and to take it and just dunk it, standing still.
That's right, that's why he says he's listed at 6'9". Now the shot is taken, the rebound, offensive rebound twice by Arian, and finally Matu says, it's mine.
I've seen Matu now for, 50 seconds. I can tell you he's a heck of a lot better already than he was when we saw him the first game this season.
That's
a
right.
lot better.
Well, you missed him against El Segundo. That was a coming out party for him. And now the ball is rotated around, and zone defense being employed by the Cardinals as well, Rufus, as Higashi with it. He's going to put up a 3. That's short. Higashi better not let him get a hold of that 3-point ball. Along the baseline, the shot is an air ball by Lai. Fought for and taken away by Phillips, but it's thrown out of bounds, and it'll stay in the hands of the Spartans with a new 35. So a turnover on each side there. And see if the Spartans can tie this up here this time down as we see the replay on that. 3-point shot, and that's rolled in by Jake Lai. So an early lead for South. Phillips playing the point. That means McAnally is on the right wing. Down underneath to Newman, alley-oop pass, and that's missed, but taken by McAnally. No-look pass underneath to Newman, lays it up and in.
And give McAnally a great assist on the play.
Just underway, just under 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. As Kukrega with it now down underneath. Ball is tipped and stolen away, and you can credit that to Matu.
Lawndale playing one man on the ball, everybody else playing a zone.
McAnally with it. He's running the point right now. Now to Phillips. He's trying to drive the wing, but he couldn't get around his man. And now a nice little alley-oop and offensive rebound.
Tipped up and in by none other than Me-Too.
So he has 4 points early on with 5:11 left to go in the first quarter. Higashi rotates it over to Kukrega. 3-point shot taken and missed by Higashi. That's his second miss. McAnally gets out in a hurry. Doesn't have the numbers, so he peels back to let the offense get going.
I thought he had Newman on the wing.
Now back to McAnally, underneath to Newman. 2-2 with a big monster slam. 6 points for Shemezi. I wonder if he's going to have a big night tonight against the much smaller Spartans. So far, he's been successful in breaking that zone defense.
Another three-pointer put up and in by Jake Lai.
And that snaps a 6-0 run by the Cardinals. Matu bouncing the ball, which is probably ill-advised, but Phillips with a long three.
Wow.
And let's see.
And just
Matu.
tipped by Matu. Right. You are right, Lou. And that's a two. That's an and one coming up for Chimizi. Already 8 points here in the first 4 minutes of the ball game.
He
Well,
put
that'll
that
get
up
you
and
in
in.
the early running. That'll get you in the very early running for the tip of the hat, Lou.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're only 4 minutes in, and we're talking about award winners. And he makes the free throw.
Doesn't look like a 50% free throw shooter. He has 9 points. The Cardinals have 11. In the ball game now, Jamison Hahn for the Spartans. Get a little bit of toughness in there, it appears. Also in is Ryan Colwell. 3-point shot taken. Planks off the iron, but the rebound is taken by Hahn. Now Hahn over to Colwell. Rotated around. And that was taken by Naval into the game for the first time. Anthony Naval with the left-handed shot off the iron is tipped and taken by the Cardinals. Back comes Phillips, alley-oop. And Leo Clem didn't call timeout, but there's a timeout on the floor.
Just some housekeeping done by the official, Heath Hamilton.
So 3:21. Matu brings the house down almost literally. Hahn with it. Skipped across now to Kenichi Hackman in the game for the first time. In and out, rebound up high by Matu. Handles the ball underneath the McAnally.
And Matu with an assist on the play.
Now Leo Clem has seen enough with 2:52 left to go in the first quarter, and it is a 9-point lead for the Cardinals as McAnally was the recipient on the other end of the alley-oop.
And not only is it a 9-point lead at 15-6 as we see McAnally with the reverse layup off the assist from Chimizi Mitu. What you're seeing right now as Leo Clem is starting to try to figure this out. You know, I asked him in the pregame, what if they force you out of the zone? He said, well, they wouldn't force us out of it, but if they scored too much, we'd have to do something different. I don't think he anticipated having to do something different this early, Lou, but he's going to have to do something different.
Absolutely, like try some more, carry a big stick out there or something. So the Cardinals are in the middle of a 7-0 run after the three-pointer by Jake Lai. Higashi back in the ball game with an aggressive run, but couldn't get it. Now we have the ball out of bounds.
And they're told them to put 7 on the shot clock is what they've been told right now. The shot clock was reset to 35. Excellent officiating. Again, I mentioned to you before the show, Heath Hamilton is the umpire in this. Ron Joseph, the R.
Devontae Patterson in the ball game for the Cardinals, as he is in for Myron Phillips. So it's Higashi for the Spartans, along with Jake Lai, Kenichi Hackman, and Amar Kukrega, and Alaya Kukrega. And yep, they're brothers.
The Kukrega brothers.
Sounds like a circus act. And there's a circus act by Sergio. Sergio Blandon tried to pass it over, couldn't get it to go down, and now it's over to McAnally, a long three. McAnally with 5 straight points, Rufus, and he's on fire. Everybody's on fire as the Spartans can't buy a bucket on a miss by Jake Lai. Back comes Newman to Mitu. Couldn't get it. Wasn't long enough, but gets his own rebound and is swatted away on a good defensive play by Lai.
Well, even something as small as that is a positive for South right now, that they were able to stop Mitu on that dunk attempt.
Jamison Hahn in the ball game for Elijah Kukrega. And the ball is stolen away on a pass by Lai. So good defense by the Spartans as Leo Clem is rotating his kids in fast. Three-point shot taken, won't go down. And that shot was taken by Hackman, and the ball goes out of bounds.
A couple of turnovers, back-to-back turnovers by the Cardinals. Again, Newman going for the home run play there. Not a bad idea, just didn't come through for him. And Chamiza Mitu gets a well-deserved rest along with McAnally and Blandon.
And in for them is Chris White, and along with Delano Beckles.
And number 12, Deion Evans. Saw Deion Evans at a college fair on Saturday down at the convention center. Real pleased to see that. Young man thinking about life after high school and looking at what his college options are. That's number 12, Deion Evans, who's on the floor right now for Lawndale Cardinals.
Javante Patterson commits his first personal and the first team foul for Lawndale with 1:14 left to go in the first. Pass underneath, back out in the paint, turnaround jump shot, and one for Jamison Hahn.
I think he's going to get one of the Beckles on that. 24 is Delano Beckles rather.
So that snaps a big run and cuts it to 10. Free throw in and out. Inbound pass, and that's stolen by Higashi. So 4 turnovers by the Cardinals, and then it's turned right back over to Phillips. Or Patterson, excuse me.
Good pressure defense by the Cardinals on that play. But here's what's happening. The South is coming back. They're scrappy. They're fighting back. They're down by 10 right now, but they are all fighting.
And a nice play by Amara Kukrega to score the bucket. Boy, he really weaved in and out of traffic with 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Delano Beckles now gets it over to Patterson to Newman. So this unit trying to get their basketball legs as Beckles misses, but the offensive rebound by the Cardinals, and White puts it up and in. Back to a double-digit lead. Pass is stolen by White. And at the buzzer, that came that close to coming in from about 40 feet away.
With experience, he'll know he actually had probably another 1 or 2 dribbles that he could have gotten in, but put the shot up, and after one, it's 20-10. Great quarter for Lawndale. They led by as much as 12 at 18-6. Little run put on there at the end by the Spartans of South to make it a respectable 20-10 score at the 1.
Well, the Cardinals, Rufus, went on a 10-0 run. And there we see the replay. Sergio Blanda getting it outside to Nathan McAnally for his three-pointer. And Nathan with 5 points, had 14 against North at the launching pad. And Chamiza Mitu, 11 points. He's averaging 11 points a game.
Well, he's hit his average already, so now it's a matter of seeing how much more he's going to do. Not just 11 points, but 3 dunks and an assist in the quarter, Lou.
So what do you think? You haven't seen him since the Lou House game.
I think a star is born.
Absolutely. It was fun to watch against Del Segundo, and he's even better tonight than he was then.
You got to give Coach Brownlee and the staff a lot of credit for that.
Three-pointer by Jake Lee, and he has 3 three-pointers and 9 points. And the Spartans start off whittling away at that lead. In the ball game, Eric Neal. And to Delano Beckles. Back to Neal. Beckles with a little shuffle, no call. The ball is thrown away. Ball whipped around to Higashi from Hackman.
Great ball movement by South, boy. Reverse layup, almost went.
Offensive rebound to the Spartans. They're really looking like the Harlem Globetrotters, the way they're jumping and passing out there. Long shot taken by Craig Kukrega, and another offensive rebound, but that's thrown out of bounds with the over-the-head pass from Hackman.
And South cannot match Lawndale on the size game, but they're showing that they can match them and, in fact, perhaps exceed them on the speed and hustle game.
Pull-up jumper by Neal, can't get the roll, but White has the offensive rebound, and somehow that finds the bottom of the net. Sometimes you just put it up there and it'll find the bottom all by its lonesome.
It certainly will. Chris White's gotten a couple. Another big rebound from me, too. This is the part of his game I'd like to see him do a little differently. You know, couple dribbles, but find the ball handling, get that ball in their hands and run the floor and position yourself for the easy bucket.
Delano Beckles missed the easy bunny underneath on a terrific pass by Chris White. It'll go out of bounds, and 34 seconds left to go. You see Beckles almost getting the rebound. The two at the elbow, whips the pass underneath, no look to Beckles. It goes out of bounds. Nice idea by Shemezi, but
way too
Delano.
many turnovers right now for, you're right, nice idea, but too many turnovers right now for the Lawndale Cardinals.
You saw Leo Clem shaking hands with his point guard Ryan Higashi coming off the floor now with 6:10 left to go in the first half. Kukrega with it. Goes around a pick, sees Matu and throws it back out to Takeuchi. And that shot, was that blocked away?
That was blocked away by me too. Nice pull-up jumper by Chris White.
He has a half a dozen, Rufus. 5:45 left to go in the first half. A little bunny hop, no call. Jake Lee loses it anyway. Matu almost lost it there.
Again, that's what I'm speaking. Matu's got to learn to give the ball up and go the length of the floor and get in scoring.
Oh!
Yeah.
Matu with, hey, I got it working tonight.
Right.
13 points.
Nice jumper from the free throw line.
Ain't no thing.
Hey, ain't nothing.
At least that's what they said on my block anyway.
Give it up, give it up, okay.
Would have counted, but it didn't go down for Jake Lee. He'll go to the line to shoot free throws.
And so now he just cost his team a foul and a potential couple of points because, again, I must admit, this is the one thing that has not changed since the first time I saw him, and I was mentioning that to you. Again, too much in love with wanting to handle the ball. Got to become content to give the ball up, run the floor, and get in position to receive it for a slam dunk.
Yep, you're right. Now that he didn't do a whole lot of against El Segundo.
And I got to say, it's just something that as I said, is something that's going on right now with a lot of players, way too much ball handling.
Free throw is good by Lai. He has 10 points, and underneath to Will Newman. Will Newman with just 4 points tonight, Rufus, but Shemezi with 13.
Who needs Will Newman? No, I'm just kidding, Will. You know you my man. Come on now. I know you can take a joke, brother.
Wide open three is missed by Hackman. And the offensive rebound, nicely done by Takeuchi. Another offensive rebound taken by Arian. The count of it goes, it won't go down, but Amjad will get two at the line.
And that foul's going to go against me too. Me too got him across the arm.
So fourth team foul. Going to the line is Arian with 0 points. Nice rotation on that. Gets it to go in. Chris White out of the ball game, doing a terrific job while he was in. Got 6 points. Sergio Blandon coming back in.
Now, you said a minute ago he had half a dozen. Is that the same thing? 6 points, half a dozen? That's the same?
6-1, half a dozen of another.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just want to be sure.
At least on my block, that's what it was. Me Too with it. Pull-up jumper from almost the three-point line. Offensive rebound taken by Phillips, the littlest guy out there.
Get down low, Me Too. Me Too playing up too high. You're bigger than anybody else on the court. Get to the basket.
Three-point shot taken by Newman. Won't go down. Rebound taken out of the air by the Spartans' Jake Lai. Underneath, and the pass was too hot for Hackman. It goes out of bounds for the 7th turnover on the Spartans. 8 turnovers for the Cardinals. 3:55 left to go in the first half. Newman gets it back out to Phillips, had a wide open 3, but decides to dish it off. Me Too with it. And a jump ball, it's Cardinals possession, but again getting in trouble by putting it on the ground.
Putting it on
Robert
the ground.
Takeuchi.
Brought it down too low when you're a big man, but you bring the ball down. You make yourself as short as your opponent. And that's what you see there when he brought the ball down waist high.
Inbound pass by Newman with a quick shot, had a lot of time on the shot clock, and the rebound is off to South. Here comes the layup try, and that's going to be goaltending. Bucket will go to Amjad Arian. And actually the ball looked like it was almost kicked as well. But now it's back to a 10-point lead. Doesn't matter because it's a goaltend. McAnally brings it across. Half-court offense now being employed by the Cardinals. Newman with it. 3:15 left to go in the first half. Turnaround jump shot. Too hard off the rim. And now Shemezi has gone a little cold.
He's cooled down a little bit, but he's gone away from what was working for him. You know, he hit one jumper, kind of fell in love with that, give a three-pointer to Jake Lai. Boy, Jake Lai has 4 threes in the game, and he's the reason that South is within 7 at 28-21.
Ball whipped over to Blandon. And nice pass by Maytu to find Chris Michael for his first bucket, and another nice assist by Shemezi.
And when Maytu gets down low, the difference was that changes the dynamic completely.
Kukrega passes it back out to Arian. Shot taken there by Lai, off the mark. Rebound, though, taken by Kukrega.
Kukrega's, again, South hustling to every loose ball.
And I would say that the Spartans right now are out rebounding the Cardinals, especially on the offensive side. Kukrega's shot won't go down. Rebound to Newman. Two-handed chest pass to Blandon. Blandon up.
Whoa, my goodness. Woo.
And down to Maytu.
The one-hand Skywalker slam dunk.
And the shot taken by Arian. He had to get that way over Shemezi. And the Spartans don't seem phased, even though they're down by 9. And we have a push. And that foul's on Robert Takeuchi. Only the second team foul on South. 4 team fouls on the Spartans with 1:37 left to go in the first half. Maytu with it. And a good defense again, a jump ball. And Robert Takeuchi gets the ball back for the Spartans.
And again, that's good scouting work. If there's anything, and of course, that's something they know from the last time they played, that 1, he has a tendency to bring the ball down. 2, he has a tendency to over dribble. And they're exploiting that.
If there's a silver lining, he's not letting go of the ball.
Right.
Ball swatted by Takeuchi. No foul called on that. No look pass, and that goes right to Jake Lai. Back comes Colwell. Colwell gives it off to Kukrega. Back to Colwell. Now out front to Arian, who misses the shot, misses the hook, and the rebound goes to Blandon with 1:05 left to go in the first half, and a frustration. Oh, that's a timeout on the floor, excuse me, with 1:05 left in the second quarter.
Well, I think, though, that your initial thought was right, that there's an element of frustration on Coach Brownlee's part with some of the things that his team has done, particularly his big man, but he's got a minute 5, wanted to go ahead and use the timeout, try to settle them down, and go into the half on a positive note. But there you see it. Wow, that's as pretty a slam dunk as we've ever seen on City TV.
That's right. Just get out of the way because you don't want to be underneath that. So what's Brownlee telling his guys right now?
Well, the main thing, I mean, we see him there indicating shoot the ball, but I think the main thing he's telling us protect the ball. Let's take out a lot of the extraneous stuff that guys get drawn into. You get into a running gun game, and then you want to start to showboat. That's not what he wants to see. He wants to see good, solid fundamentals. He said that this is a playoff game for them. They understand league is wrapped up, and they know that South is a playoff-style opponent, and that's what he understands. You're not going to win in the playoffs in the deeper rounds. You may still win in the first and second round like this, but in the deeper rounds, that doesn't work.
Well, he has to convince number 4 of that's for sure. Alley-oop now from McAnally to Maytu. 17 points for Shemezi, matching what he had against North.
And 5 slam dunks. We're approaching the City TV record, Lou, of the number of slam dunks that we've seen by any one player in a game. So the timeout pays off.
McAnally whips it down underneath, and Maytu with it, trying to get it off of a Spartan, and he does. It goes off of Ryan Colwell. Out of bounds to the Cardinals. 25 seconds left on the shot clock, 39 on the second quarter clock. There you see the replay, Rufus, as Will Newman has it up top. Now Blandon gets it down underneath. Nice pass. Better finish by Shemezi Maytu. 19 points in the first half. 3 dozen points for the Cardinals. And they picked up where they left off against North.
And they score 4 out of that timeout, Lou, in about 30 seconds.
And that's 2 straight slams by Shemezi. So I guess the message got through. Kukrega passes it out to Arian. Arian couldn't get it over Maytu, and Jake Lai had way too many offensive rebounds, I'm sure, for Chris Brownlee's liking, but nothing goes down into the bottom of the net for the Spartans, and Leo Clem's Spartans walk off trailing 36-23, but to tell you what, the Cardinals lit it up.
They lit it up for sure, and Shemezi Maytu led the lighting up, right? With 5 slam dunks. I think you said 19 points. I'll tally it up in a second. But let's go to Sebastian with Coach Brownlee.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Coach Brownlee of the Lawndale Cardinals. Coach, talk about that intensity you guys had there in that first half.
Well, we're playing against a very well-coached South team. Our league is, is really, really good. Even though we have the league championship wrapped up right now, we're trying to get ready for the playoffs. And this team is real disciplined, as you can see. Jake Lai is a really good player. He's one of the better players in our league, and we need to pay more attention to him in the second half.
Shemezi's having a really great first half. 17 points so far, 5 rebounds, 1 block. Do you guys plan to keep dumping it into him?
Yes, we do. He's growing up before our very eyes right now, and we're just going to keep riding this momentum. This is his 5th double-digit scoring night in the league, and it's been really helping us to go downhill right now.
Good luck to you in the second half, Coach. All right. There you go. Back to you guys. 17 points, 4 dunks, 5 rebounds, 1 block. He's filling the stat sheet up tonight, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian. And, well, he was 1 behind, but
right.
It was an exciting time. There you see right there. What do you see?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see, wow, the power and the movement, the one-hand slam dunk, just great movement as we see him over there. Now, by my count, I've got Shemezi, look, first of all, 6 slam dunks and 21 points here in the first half. But as Coach said, boy, growing up right before our very eyes.
Absolutely, and 19 points for Shemezi and 5 slam dunks. And Shemezi leading the way. And we'll go to Egidio.
Thank you, guys. We talked about it pregame. Kenichi Hackman was the leading scorer on the Spartans team. He hasn't been effective at all so far in the first 2 quarters. The Spartans, in order to get a W here tonight, they're going to have to get Akichi Hackman a little bit more involved on their offense. Thank you. Back to you guys.
No, thank you, Agidiu. And we'll be back with the scoring updates and the second half of play right after this. Back at Lawndale High School, and the Lawndale Cardinals finished the first half with an 8-2 run. Let's go over the scoring, Rufus. And Will Newman had 4 points and 3 rebounds for the Cardinals. Shemezi Metu with 19 points and 5 rebounds and 1 block. 5 points for Nathan McAnally, and then 1 rebound for Delano Beckles. No points for him. 6 points for Chris White. He had 2 rebounds. Then for the Spartans, 2 points for Amar Kukrega and 3 rebounds, and check that, 1 rebound, no points for Kenichi Hackman, and 2 points for Jamison Hahn. He also had 1 rebound. Amjad Arian had 6 points and 2 rebounds. Leading scorer for the Spartans, Jake Lee, had 13 points and 1 rebound, and 1 rebound for Robert Takeuchi. Now that's all unofficial. Thought I saw a heck of a lot more offensive rebounds for the Spartans.
Well, I think you did, and you certainly saw them, as coaches like to call them, on those 50-50 balls. They won the battle of the 50-50 balls easily.
And Leo Clem trailing by 13 points. What do you tell your Spartans?
Well, I think you tell them to keep doing the same thing that they're doing, and you hope that Lawndale helps you out. Now, I don't think Coach Brownlee is going to let his guys help them out by getting into more of this loosey-goosey up and down street ball game, because if they play that game, if they choose to play that because they're feeling good about themselves and they're feeling good about winning the Pioneer League title and having 8 wins under their belt, well, that makes you a prime for the plucking by the Spartans, okay?
Yeah, it's not out of hand yet, that's for sure. Even with a 13-point lead, this well-coached team can get on a run in a hurry.
Well, Jake Lockett dropped down a couple of threes real quick.
Cardinals will get the ball to start things off in the third quarter, and Myron Phillips will start it off. Metu with it. Hooks a pass to Blandon. Whips it over to Phillips from Nathan.
South showing the zone again as they did in the first half. Here's the double, one of the things they try to do. Now that shot by McAnally from way outside doesn't go.
Kukrega with it, and the rebound as the shot's taken right off the pass from Lai. Not a three-pointer, but a 2-pointer, and Jake has 15 points.
I didn't know he could shoot 2-pointers.
He's got a couple in his back pocket. McAnally.
Wow, that was a travel.
To Blandon, reverse layup. Yeah, you're exactly right, Rufus. Sergio's first bucket of the game.
But it happened so quick, the official didn't get time to blow his whistle.
You get him on the next one. That might have been the even upper, but a block shot by Phillips, the smallest guy on the team. Whips a pass to Sergio. Now it's back to McAnally. Drives a baseline. Block shot by Lai. He gets the rebound, and back they come. Kukrega with it. Just under a minute gone in the third quarter. Now Higashi with it. Going up against Phillips, runs around him, shoots it over Metu, and Shemezi.
Come on, son, keep the ball up.
Shemezi blocked that shot without blocking it. He just blocked the way, blocked the view. Sergio whips a pass to Shemezi. Hook shot won't go down. Rebound is off. And Higashi looking like Wilt Chamberlain the way he locked that ball around his arms.
And I like the shots down low that Metu is taking. You know, I mean, he's added to his repertoire. A couple of them haven't dropped for him tonight. But, boy, you talk about adding to your repertoire. That's exactly what McAnally does there.
And a nice tic-tac-toe finish to McAnally. Good passing, Rufus, by the Cardinals. With 5:50 left to go in the third quarter, Higashi with it. Now gets it over to Kukrega. down underneath, but the ball won't go down as McAnally with good defense there. And
Stop
Metu says,
dribbling.
what are you trying to do? Phillips lets the runner fall. Myron with his first bucket of the game. And it's a 17-point Cardinal lead with 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Takeuchi with it. Now Arian. Now Higashi.
Nice
Goes around.
crossover.
Look out. That was definite block taken away, but it was also taken away by Arian. Three-pointer won't go down. Offensive rebound again by the Spartans, but they can't get it to go down. Look out. Metu almost put it in his own bucket.
Yeah.
And we have a foul on the play. Isaiah Kukrega, his first personal, first team foul. It'll be out of bounds by the Cardinals, and I believe we have a timeout on the floor with 4:51 left to go in the third quarter. 30-second time.
And I'm looking at the coaches. If you take a look over, we can't get a good shot of it here. That's exactly what the assistant coaches are telling me to. It's a simple lesson, son. You gotta keep the ball up. You know, you go up, you bring the rebound, keep it above your head.
Johnny Parker, the assistant coach for Chris Brownlee, he's a good 6'7", but then again, Metu's got a little bit more hair on top. So the timeout is Chris Brownlee. And let's watch this block pinning up against the glass.
What you can do, he took it to the glass. It was in the air, so that was a legal block. That's why there was no call on it.
Their shot was taken by Ryan Higashi, and Metu almost planted it. Blandon slipping around, and Newman gets the pass.
3-second violation against Metu.
10 turnovers unofficially for the Cardinals. Shemezi watching the action go on around him. So he still has a lot to room, a lot to learn.
You're exactly right. And I'm seeing them start to hang his head just a little bit, Lou, which is not something that you want to see. You got to stay up. You got to stay enthused.
Skip pass across and put in by Jake Lai. And he has 18 points on that three-pointer, Rufus.
Yeah.
Myron Phillips gets a pick from Metu. Runner won't go in. Rebound is taken by the Spartans. Hahn with it. Gets it to Kukrega.
And on the attack to the basket, your big man up at the free throw line. Scored that basket for number 21. That's Jason Hahn.
Who has 4 points. Ball rotated around and nicely finished by McAnally. Big Nate with 9 points. Lai with it, gets it back over to Kukrega. Down to Hahn. Hahn playing a good game tonight for Leo Clem and the Spartans. There's that rotation we were talking about, that flex offense. Spinning shot, and that somehow didn't find the bottom for Lai, and Metu takes it coast to coast, and he'll get 2 shots at the foul line. I know that's something that you did not like, Coach.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not the coach. Chris Brownlee is the coach. He'll let us know whether he likes it or not. You know.
Foul taken or committed by Amjad Arian. His first personal, second team foul, and Metu has a little bit of work to do. 50% foul shooter is 1 out of 2.
And coming into the game is Chris White as Blandon goes out for the Lawndale Cardinal.
That one right down the middle. 20 points now for Shemezi. So it should be 45. It is now 45 to 30. As Amar Kukrejia going down the lane. Behind the back pass to Arian is blocked and taken away by Maytu. Hands it off to Phillips. Passes it up to Newman. White with it. Gets it into Maytu, throws it away. Stolen.
Hands down, not up.
And the Spartans with it. That's 12 committed by the Cardinals. Hahn with it. 2:25 left to go in the third quarter. Hackman driving the lane. Lays it in.
First time we've called Kenichi Hackman's name tonight on the offensive end, going to the basket.
And he's their leading scorer, the 6'2 senior. Phillips now to Newman. Good pressure defense by Lai with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. McAnally dumps it down into Maytu. Turnaround hook shot, that won't go down. A rebound, fought for by White. Jump ball, possession arrow faces the Spartans as Jamison Hahn was fighting for that rebound. Phillips out. Devontae Patterson in.
Wow, and I don't think Maytu's had a break this quarter, a little surprisingly. Showing pretty good stamina though.
Kukraja with it. Well, he's just a sophomore. He can do that, right?
Well, we'll see.
Kukraja almost lost it, but gets it out for a three-point try. Won't go down for Hackman. But the offensive rebound is put up and in by Arian. Got underneath Maytu, so maybe he is getting a little tired.
And so now it's an 11-point game from a high of 17 at 1 point, 42-25.
Newman a little short on that three-pointer. Will with only 4 points tonight.
Quiet night for Will, as I mentioned, after 39 a couple of nights ago against North Torrance.
South, if they can convert on this offensive play, and the offensive rebound is there again. They're within double or single digits now as Arian with 10 points. Under a minute to go, Rufus.
And Coach Brownlee trying to get to the fourth quarter without burning another timeout. Has seen his team give up 8 points of a 17-point lead. Fresh shot clock, you might want to bring it out and run some time.
As the shot clock is 10 seconds off the game clock, 38 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Newman from the elbow will get 2 shots as Amjad Arian commits his second personal foul, third team foul. So Newman, we see the pick by Maytu.
Good looking shot by Newman. He's a pretty good free throw shooter. So let's see what he does at the line.
75% foul shooter, Rufus. That snaps a mini 6-0 run. So we see Leo Clem talking to Amar Kukraja. So Newman rolling the ball around. 6 points for Will. That takes it back to 11 points on the lead for Lawndale. Full court pressure with 30 seconds left. And 2 seconds difference on the shot clock. Ball is thrown away by Arian. And maybe a little bit of confusion going on with the mental aspect there for the Spartans.
Well, it's pressure defense by the Cardinals, first of all, that caused that issue for them. So you got to get a Cardinal defense. I mean, they trapped them in the corner and forced the turnover. And they get the last shot here in the third quarter.
10 seconds left in the third quarter. Will Newman gets it to McAnally. Newman from the corner for 3. Maybe those free throws were just what the doctor ordered as the quarter comes to an end. An even 50 spot for the Cardinals.
And guess what? For a lead that had gotten down to 9, they come back and score 5 straight points. It was 45-36. With about 40 seconds left in the quarter, ends up being a 50-36 end of the third quarter lead. As you see Will Newman spot up for the triple.
$16 points for the Spartans, 14 points for the Cardinals, who averaged 16 points in the third quarter, and the Spartans averaged about 12 and a half. Now here comes a big quarter for the Spartans. They averaged over 17 and a half points in the fourth quarter. 14 and a half.
13-point quarter.
13, excuse me. So here we go with the fourth quarter. 13 points for the Spartans. I was telling you that they had 16. So my apologies. Just underway, and the shot taken by Eric Neal in the ball game, and the offensive rebound finds Devontae Patterson. Delano Beckles in the ball game. We haven't seen Rolando Beckles. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see him on the bench. Patterson slipping on that floor. Back to Beckles, who wants to drive.
Hadn't seen a lot of the Beckle brothers tonight.
Not at all. Hook shot taken by
Blandon,
Sergio.
Thought he was fouled on the play, to be honest with you, Lou.
There was a foul. Blandon fouling Amar Kukrega. So for Sergio has just 1 point. And Amar Kukrega with 2 points goes to the line to shoot 2. So just the first team foul this half for the Cardinals.
Be honest with you, not quite sure how to read it, but I will give them credit. They've played some very good defense here.
So 1 out of 2 for Kukrega with 3 points.
Excellent pass, and it's good. Deion Evans with the pass. Man, that was a football pass by Evans, and scored a basket for number 2, Eric Neal.
And the third personal foul on Amjad Arian. And the 4th team foul. So Eric can't get the and one. But it's still 52. And ball goes out of bounds, tipped out of bounds by the full court pressure. Inbounded to Kukrega. Turns on the afterburners. Now the step back jumper finds the bottom. Amar Kukrega now with 5 points. 6:56 left to go in the fourth quarter. Patterson with it. Goes around an Evans pick. Almost taken away by Hahn. But going back to get it is Neal. And there was a block, a football block, on the pick by Sergio Blandon.
Team control foul actually is the indication. You're right, it was a block going the other way. We don't shoot free throws. Of course, it wasn't a free throw shooting situation anyway.
And only the second team foul, and nice up and under, and the tip is up and in, and that's good.
The tip came out, actually. Don't mark it down. That came out.
Did it come out?
It came out.
Oh, I thought it was down. So Arian, that ball went way down, Rufus. Delano Beckles hangs, hides the ball, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by the Cardinals, and Evans puts it up. He'll get a chance at 2 at the line. Foul on Amjad Arian, that's his 4th.
Evans with great inside position, pump fake, goes to the basket, draws the contact. Official Ron Joseph signals the foul, and so when we come back out of this timeout, Deion Evans will be going to the line to shoot 2.
Leo Clem there with his assistant coaches behind him, and still looking like that teacher that he certainly is.
Right. And you know what? The same thing. We talked about how Coach Brownlee said, well, this is a playoff game. I can assure you that Leo Clem is telling his guys the exact same thing because they'll be in postseason play. And he's saying, okay, guys, here's what we got to look at this in that way. No matter what happens, we see what the intensity level is. We see the kind of things that we're going to need to do to be successful. So they're using it as a learning experience. Obviously, they're still playing for the W. Don't get it twisted now. They're still playing for the W, but they're looking at it the same way as a playoff game also.
Deion Evans, only 2 foul shots this year, is 1 out of 2. Makes that one. That's his first point of the ball game. So Deion from the gridiron to the hardwood. averaging just under a point a ball game, misses that one. And the rebound taken by the Spartans, who've been in position all game long, and a foul is getting knocked down as Jake Lai.
Let's see who Eve Hamilton gives the foul to. He gives it to number 12. He's going to give it to Evans.
That's just his first, Rufus. And Jake, 1 out of 2 from the line tonight. But he's the leading scorer with 18 points. 6:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. First free throw is good by Lai.
And for all you City TV fans out there, you got to give a lot of credit to the producers of City TV Sports, Tom Strickfat and Eric Chavez, for bringing this game to us tonight. Wasn't on the schedule, but they knew that Lawndale had a hot hand, wanted to make sure you fans had a chance to see him. So big ups to those guys for making it happen.
Well, we also wanted to show you Shemezi Metu.
And that too.
Metu, step back jumper, won't go down, a little bit short. Rebound by Colwell. And Shemezi has yet to score here in the fourth.
Has just one free throw, if you recall early on when he went and made 1 out of 2. Wow. And now putting up a three-pointer, I believe that was Kenichi Hackman. Yes, that's the indication it was a 3. And he's going to go to the line for a 4-point play.
Here's the replay. Eric Neal commits the foul.
Wow. That's an absolute no-no for you kids out there watching. You do not foul a guy shooting the ball 25 feet away from the basket.
And a 4-point play is completed. Now 6 points for Hackman.
And all of a sudden, it makes it an 8-point ball game, Lou.
So you were right. These Spartans just keep battling back.
They've outscored them 9-3 here in the fourth quarter, in the first 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
McAnally just misses, but he'll get 2 at the line as Jake Lai commits his second personal. And now the Spartans are out of fouls after their 6th team foul. Nate is a 71% free throw shooter. This is the first one, has 9 points. Sergio Blandon comes back in for Dion Evans.
So does Chimizi Metu. Well, actually, Chimizi was already on the floor, but he did get a break to start the fourth. So back to a 9-point game at 54-45.
Colwell passes it. It was tipped. Hackman with the three-pointer. Won't go down. A little short, but another offensive rebound for the Spartans, and a bad pass is stolen by Blandon. And getting mugged in the corner, no call, is McAnally, and he can barely get up. Meanwhile, here comes Kukrega for a long two. He has 7 points, and the Spartans won't go away, and a whistle called. I believe Chris Brownlee might have called a timeout. Is Nathan McAnally, is that an official timeout?
Well, the official actually called a timeout because he saw the injured player.
That's Nathan McAnally.
And that's a part of high school sports and regulation. Injured guy, once they have possession of the ball.
And Patterson back in the game. And I do believe the ball was dribbled out of bounds along the sideline. So a turnover.
Well, not yet. Coach Clem, he saw you as well. He was trying to sell the official on that. Wow.
But Metu turns it over anyway by dribbling along the baseline. Gets it over to Hahn, and it's stolen back. Here comes Newman.
Will Newman goes coast to coast. Now, he's a guy who can do that. And, boy, now you got yourself a ball game, Lou. It's single digits.
11 points for Will. It's Hackman trying to put it up, and it does go down for Kenichi. 8 points.
Coach is close to needing a timeout.
Travel by Blandon.
I don't know how many he has left. You only get 5 in the game, 3 fulls and 2 30s. But you got a 7-point ball game, which is basically 3 possessions.
Kukrega, his uncontested shot won't go down. It goes out of bounds to the Spartans. And they get a new 35 with 4:14 left to go in the fourth quarter.
And he looks at McAnally and he says, son, can you go? And McAnally says, I'm ready. He knows that McAnally is the engine that makes this Cardinal team go.
And Maytu contested that shot, got the rebound.
You're talking about me too.
You two. Patterson gets it up to Phillips with 3:53 left to go in the fourth quarter. The ball is taken away as a jump ball. Good play by Kukrega, and he gets the ball back for the Spartans. 14 turnovers by Lawndale. Watch this nice play by Kukrega.
Yeah. Again, I told you all the 50-50 balls, and they've stole a couple by putting their hands in there in the passing lanes. They've created possession opportunities for themselves, and boy, they are right in the thick of this game, Lou.
Will Newman knocks that ball out of bounds, and 23 seconds left to go on the shot clock for the Spartans. 3:35 on the game clock in the fourth quarter. Driving is Hahn, but the ball is stolen, and here comes McAnally, blocked away by Hackman.
Crowd thought maybe there was basket interference. No call by Heath Hamilton, the official.
Three-pointer taken by Hahn. That's off the mark. Newman with the rebound. Colwell forces him out of bounds and a turnover.
Yeah. Little anxious, had the right idea. Wanted to streak up the sideline. Couldn't quite get the handle. Dribbled it off the palm of his hand. Off the heel of his palm, I should say.
Hahn's shot won't go down. Offensive rebound again. And one. Jake Lai with 22 points. And look out. Now they're in the same set mark. A 5-point game with 3:03 left to go. Chris Brownlee has seen enough. He wants to talk to his Cardinals.
He's seen enough because he's been outscored. His team, his Cardinals have been outscored, Lou, 15-6 here in the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. We've got 3 minutes left. You see it on your screen, fans. 3:03 left, 56-41. What an impressive comeback by the Spartans. And we've got Hegidio, and he's ready, Lou. I got that right, Hegidio.
Thank you, guys. Well, we talked about Hackman in pregame. We talked about him at halftime. Now, since Hackman scored a big 3-point basket and a foul shot at the 5-minute and 30-second mark, this Spartans team has been on the comeback, and it's now only a 5-point game. We'll see if they can complete the comeback against the Cardinals. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Egidio. By my count, since the 6:16 mark, it's been a timeout there. It's been an 11-3 run by the Spartans. Jake Lee going to the line to complete the and one. They've just never given up. And he completes it. So it's a 4-point ball game now. For the Cardinals, who have really seemed a little bit bored.
Right.
And now it's time to wake up. Matu from the baseline. Shemezi's first bucket of the fourth quarter. Has 22 on the night.
Right. And they finally get him the ball where he should be, down on the low block, just a step away from the basket.
Here comes that flex, but no, Kukrega says, I'm wide open. Give me the ball. No, Matu with it. Now shovels it off to McAnally. To Newman, reverse layup. 13 for Will the Thrill.
So 4 quick points there. And McAnally comes down with the rebound. And boy, that's who I want for my money to have the ball.
Blandon gets it back to the money man. Now they're running their own little flex weave. Leo Clem wanted to travel, didn't see that. 1:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Matu has it way out front. The ball knocked and tipped away. Got stolen. Blandon with the garbage.
Blandon on the play. Sergio Blandon.
Whoa, Sergio with 4 points. And it's a 10-point lead again. Colwell to Hahn. Or check that. That's Hackman off the mark.
Up.
2 with it, and he didn't take it up. Did the smart thing, waited for his guys to come back and help him out. Newman
Wow.
almost
Newman
lost it to
fouled on
Hackman.
the play. Wow, no call. In fact, he was fouled twice.
Getting the rebound was Hahn with 1:14 left to go. Kukrega with it, going up against a block shot by Me2.
Bad decision. Run the floor, Me2. Run the floor. Get down on the low block and receive the pass.
Almost thrown away by Phillips, but Newman gets it back. McAnally with under a minute left to go and a 10-point Cardinal lead. They're going to take their time now with 15 seconds on the game clock. Let's see. Ball is dribbled out of bounds with 9 seconds left to go. And now McAnally wanted a little bit of help, but that's the 16th turnover for the Cardinals, and a timeout on the floor with 40.8 seconds left to go, and a 10-point Cardinal lead. Timeout to the south.
Timeout to south. Leo Clem wants to rally his troops to see if they got one more push in the last 40 seconds. You might say, well, they're down by 10. Well, yeah, that's a 4-basket game. However, you can extend the game, and the way he coaches and the stuff he does, the next 40 seconds can take 40 minutes.
Well, that's a 4-possession game. So let's see if the Cardinals can stop the South attack, and you know that they're going to come.
Well, you got to score quick and foul quick. But you got to do both sides of the equation. If you don't score, it does you no good, because what he's going to want to do is see how good a free throw shooting team this Lawndale Cardinal team is.
Kenichi Hackman with 8 points, all of them here in the second half. And now the Spartans begin their attack. Kukrega goes around a pick from Colwell, gets it back to Colwell.
You got to shoot the ball. It'll take it way too long to get a shot up.
Hackman over McAnally. Might have been blocked by McAnally, and Newman is fouled. That's the guy you want at the line for the Cardinals. And I do believe they're going to get Hackman.
Well, that's one of those pick-a-one deals. Okay, Hackman was the first. First you had 10, then 15, so Kukrega, then Hackman.
Well, we'll give it to Hackman. He only has 1. Newman going to the line with 13 points. 3 out of 3 on the evening. Now with 14 points. And this is where taking your time to practice free throws comes in handy.
Should be a part of every practice.
The Thrill with 15 points and 22 seconds left on the shot clock, and a foul on McAnally.
Yeah.
Ill-advised.
That was easy. Exactly. No reason to do that, but with a 12-point lead, and actually they weren't even in foul. I mean,
they
had
one
a foul
more foul to
again.
give. So probably not a bad idea. They have to go back into the offense. On the baseline now is Kukrega. Gets it back out to Hackman for 3.
Wow.
11 points for Kenichi.
Whoa. Yep.
Is that backcourt violation?
Yes, a backcourt violation because he caught the ball in the front court and went back. Come on, Lawndale. You got the game in hand. You got seconds to go. Don't
Hackman
aid
for
their
3.
cause.
And Me2 ends up with the ball, and the buzzer sounds. And the Cardinals, even though they get a 9-point win, dodge a bullet and improve to 9-0 in Pioneer League action.
They
with
certainly
a
do.
64-55 win over the South Spartans.
A great win for the Cardinals. You're exactly right. 9-0, a chance to go undefeated. But they've got a tough Centennial team coming that's going to be even tougher than this South team. But I got to tell you, this South team was impressive. They were scrappy. They came to play. They didn't back down. And boy, at one point there in the fourth quarter, Lou, they were within 4 points at 56-52. But the rest of the way, the Cardinals outscored them by a margin of 8-3 to make a final of 64-55.
Right, that's exactly what you want your team to do out of that timeout at 3:03. And Chris Brownlee's guys did it. And leading scorer for the Spartans was Jake Bly with 23 points. And there's Shemezi Metu, had 22 points, but only had 3 points in the second half. And let's go to Egidio.
Team lost the first road game of the season, but a very, very tough fight. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
I didn't hear you good with the.
Your team lost the first road game of the season, but a very, very tough fight. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, got to give credit to Lawndale. They got the ball inside early, built a pretty big lead. I was proud of our boys continue to play and follow our game plan. And all I can say is Lawndale outplayed us down the stretch, and that was the difference.
Hackman had a huge three-pointer at the 5 minutes and 30-second mark in the fourth quarter that kind of sparked the comeback. You think that's what kind of gave you a little bit of life in the fourth quarter?
Well, I don't think any one shot. We just got into a rhythm overall, all our players. We did a better job of defending. Earlier, we were playing in front, and when you have a big man like Metu, 6'9", you got to play behind, which we adjusted at halftime. And then they took Metu out, and we went to a man-to-man. We were in a zone. And little by little, we got our rhythm and played well. But Lawndale, again, down the stretch, whipped us.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good job today. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you, guys. Back to you guys.
No, thank you, Egidio. And good job there with head coach Leo Clem. And these Cardinals could learn a lot from this game tonight.
Well, they certainly can. Well, one, they're going to learn that you got to play all 32 minutes. Okay, they had the big first half, and they're going to learn a couple of things fundamentally. They got to cut down on the turnovers. You will not be successful in the turnovers with the amount in the playoffs. In the playoffs with the amount of turnovers that they had. But net, a very good game. The key, though, is McAnally. He's got to be a part of what's going on. Subpar night for Will Newman tonight. But, boy, some other people really stepped up, including me, too, all right, along the way that helped to make up for the difference.
Yeah, Will Newman averaging 19 points a game, had 15 points tonight. But, yeah, it was Shemezi, especially in the first half with 19. He averages about 11 points a ball game. And, again, a terrific win for the Cardinals, as they just keep breaking their own records now.
They keep breaking their own records, and again, these are momentum builders as you move toward the playoffs. The playoff pairings will be announced on Sunday at the CIF office, and everybody will be anxious to see it. These guys are already the 2013 Pioneer League champions, but they got one more hurdle they want to climb to add to this impressive season. They want to go undefeated in league play, and they'll have a chance to do that on Thursday night against a very good Centennial team.
That's going to be right here at the Cardinal Nest. Last time at Centennial, another nail-biter as the Cardinals flew out of their place with a 52-50 win. So it's going to be a hot time in the old town here tonight in Lawndale. And, well, let's run down the scoring for the Spartans, who fall to 15-9 overall, 5-4 in the Pioneer League action, have now lost 3 in a row, and are now 4-1, as Egidio mentioned, on the road. 7 points for Amar Kuprega, 11 points for Kenichi Hackman, and 11 of those all 11 were in the second half, 9 of them in the fourth quarter. 10 points for Amjad Aryan, and only didn't have any points in the fourth quarter. 23 points for Jake Live, and he showed why he is the leading scorer on the South Spartans.
He ain't no lie, he the truth.
Absolutely. Now for the Lawndale Cardinals. Cardinals improved to 17-8 and 9-0 in the Pioneer League, and have won 5 in a row, and they're 5-0 at home in their first title since the school reopened in 1998, and I do believe it's their first ever basketball crown.
That's what we've been told, and again, congratulations to them. Coach Chris Brownlee has done a great job here in just a second year with this program. They had a great first year. They went 3 deep in the playoffs, last year losing in the third round.
They're set up this year to make another great run because they're going to be a high seed in Division 2A, which means they should get an early home game, all right, before they have to go on the road to play some games, and they'll be playing a lower seeded team. So, fans, we got good things. If you're a Lawndale Cardinal fan, you got reason to have a smile on your face right now because the Cardinals are flying high.
Just got to keep those kids focused, that's for sure, all game long, because that almost cost them tonight. Let's go over the scoring for the Cardinals. Will Newman had 15 points, 2 points for Eric Neal. Myron Phillips had a couple, 22 points for Shemezi Metu, and 10 points for Nathan McAnally, 2 points for Chris McHale, and 1 for Dion Evans. Sergio Blandon had 4 points, and Chris White had 6. Let's go over to Sebastian.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Coach Brownlee of the Lawndale Cardinals. First of all, Coach, congrats on being 9-0, being champion, Pioneer League champions as well. What did you tell your guys before this game? I mean, they already have the league championship locked up. What do you tell them in a game like this?
Well, we just knew we were telling them that our playoffs start now. We were a little bit sloppy throughout, and we want to sharpen it up and sharpen up our guard play throughout the advance in the playoffs, because it's going to be one and done pretty soon, and we want to get pretty far this year and go farther than we did last year. So that's been the theme, and then also the theme is that either they'll get a banner and they'll be the first one to have one here, or they could get a banner with their names on it and be equal, never surpassed. 10-0, they'll be equal, but they'll never be surpassed. That's a record that can't be broken. They only can be equal. So that's their goal.
And definitely the guy who shined for Lawndale Cardinals tonight was Shemezi Metu. How have you guys been going about his growth in practice and getting him the confidence? Because a lot of people that watch with the Channel 22 station know that this kid has a lot of potential, and when he plays with confidence, he's going to be a force.
A tremendous upside in all areas. Like I said on the last broadcast, we do things a little bit differently here. We have do a lot of training and drills in all areas, and on our staff we do 80% of that and 20% plays. And so my trainer's right behind me. He went to the University of Missouri, Coach Parker, and my thing getting him here is getting him someone that's been where he wants to go. All right, he does have guard steals, but tonight and down this last stretch, he's really been a rock for us inside. He's going to have to continue to do so if we want to advance in the playoffs and get 10-0. We have the biggest team in the league coming in here, and with Centennial.
Definitely. Centennial coming up next, and another player, Will Newman, who didn't really become his usual self in that first half, but second half he came along with 11 points. Talk about him.
Will Newman has been phenomenal all season. Will, we just at Lawndale, since I first started here a year and a half ago, we just really wanted to pride ourselves in having 5-6 guys that could score the ball. All right, last game it was Will. This game it was Shemezi. Next game it might be McAnally. Next game it might be a guy off the bench you haven't seen. It might be a Beckles. So, as you saw in the Hawthorne game, we have many pieces that could carry us for stretches. So that's what we want to establish here in Lawndale.
Congratulations to you, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck in the next game.
All right, thanks a lot.
There you go, guys. Back to you. We're going to try to round up Shemezi Metu and maybe Will Newman, and me and Egidio are going to close this thing out. Back to you guys, though.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian, and we'll be looking forward to that. Any final comments? Why don't we take a timeout, Rufus, and to let thoughts collect themselves. But any thoughts before we?
Well, again, I think Coach said it, and he was very gracious to his star in saying it in terms of me too, again, that we got to get him more down low. Too many handles, too many turnovers, too much wanting to do that stuff. But he's got a guy over there working with him, Coach Parker, that he mentioned, and we can see the progress. It's just been astounding. Again, still some areas that he needs to work on in his game. But, boy, you talk about having put on a show tonight. He did, and I'm very happy for the young man with the progress that he's made in his game. We saw him a year ago, Lou, and you know this. You talk about a raw talent.
Oh, yeah.
Who was a pure project. This guy's come from being a project to really being a star player in the Pioneer League.
And Chris Brownlee was right. So Johnny Parker has taken him under his wing and really done a good job with him. Now, if we can just keep his attention span for 48 minutes,
right,
be pretty good.
There you
Or
go.
32 minutes even, or my attention span. Meanwhile, why don't we find our own attention span right after this on City TV? Lawndale Cardinals stay undefeated in Pioneer League action, 9-0 with a big win, 64-55 over the South Spartans, and we have a special guest down on the floor.
Hey, thanks a lot, Lou and Rufus. Me and Egidio are right here with every bit of 6'9", Chimezi Metu. He is making us look very short right now. But first things first, Chimezi, great game. What have your coaches been telling you in practice for you to play like that tonight?
They just been telling me to go a lot harder and just make every move like as if I was in the game, and it just makes it way easier in the game. So that's all.
Where did all the dunking come from, man? I saw you had about 6 dunks tonight. Did you just want to go out there and make a statement on the little guys?
Kind of. We just been working with the weight balls, me and Coach Parker. So it just makes it a lot easier when you do it in practice.
There you go. And coming into this program last year, a lot was said to you about being a good player here at this Lawndale Cardinal program. Talk about how it feels to be a league champion now.
It feels great because it's the first time in school history. To be a part of it it's just amazing. And a lot of people ask me why I came here, but that's one of the reasons. They had no tradition. I just wanted to kind of like build my own legacy with my teammates.
Huge game again. Congratulations. I heard a lot of hype about you. My first time seeing you live in person. Double-double today. Your thoughts on that? You played tremendously.
I just try to come out here and have fun. And, my teammates were looking for me early in the game. Well, it kind of like settled down in the second half, but it was all fun.
And you guys handed the Spartans their first road loss of the season. Is that kind of a little bit plus of tonight's win?
Oh, definitely. We don't lose at home, so we just come out here and try to, even though we don't have that many fans come to our games, we just try to make the most of it.
And there you go, Chimezi Metu. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Good job. All right. There you go. And Gideon joins me now. Were you impressed? Was everything hyped up to what everybody said it was supposed to be?
Definitely, we saw a great player in the last game we did against Childress, and this one was just, all 6'9" of them definitely lived up to it. The dunks were amazing, definitely live up this crowd. Got it going, and a tremendous player. And he's only a sophomore, so he's only going to get better and better in his junior and senior year for sure.
Definitely. Chimezi definitely filling up the stat sheet tonight, Lou. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a couple assists in there as well. How far do you see this Lawndale team going?
They look very solid. Like we mentioned, they haven't lost at home yet, especially with the last win. They won 85-83. This one, an impressive win again. Was it 64-55? A lot of offense, and they played really, really well on defense. This team looks built to win, and they're going to make a long run in the playoffs.
And definitely, Lawndale actually playing really well together in that first half. I mean, just everything coming together full circle. As you can see, this team has been working on playing so much as a team. But in that third quarter, they let South Torrance back in the game. Talk about those 2 players that sparked them, Jake Lai and Nachman.
Yeah, definitely. Hockman, the player we talked about in pregame, that was their leading scorer for the Spartans coming into this game. He was a little quiet in the first and second quarter, but definitely woke up the team with a huge three-pointer he had with a 5-minute mark in the fourth. That definitely gave the Spartans a comeback. And then Lai, huge 23 points tonight. Definitely was the leader of the Spartans team tonight, and they had a run for it. They did not want to lose that first loss on the road, and unfortunately it happened, but they put up a fight.
Definitely, for those watching at home, saw that third quarter, South Torrance really made a great run. That's when Coach Brownlee had to pull out all the stops, put the starters back in the game and say, hey, you guys finish it off. So Lawndale got it done tonight, guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Egidio and Sebastian. And now it's time for our player of the game and our tip of the hat tonight. And, to me, it's a pretty easy choice for the player of the game, Rufus.
Right. Well, we talked about it. Obviously, Chimezi Metu put on a show for the fans tonight. A memorable show, I must admit, in terms of, 20-some points, 5-6 dunks. I mean, just exciting slam dunks, a couple of block shots, and even an assist. So by far, our easiest selection this season for player of the game.
Shemezi Metu. Now, time for the Tip of the Hat Award, and you got one extraordinary brim tonight.
This one, folks, is an import
Rock.
all the way from down under in Australia. I will tell you, it is the pride of my collection. This one right here.
Wait, does it have a pouch in it somewhere?
Right there. Well,
That's a little
that's
baby
okay.
marsupial hat in there.
And that one, the tonight fans, this one, the Tip of the Hat Award goes to none other than Mr. Nathan McAnally. Because
All right.
Nathan McAnally, if you ask me, was the glue that held this team together. He got them started running, but particularly when it became a 4-point game at 56-52, we saw him right before that suffer an injury that he had to leave the game. But, boy, when it got tight, you saw it right here on City TV, fans. Coach Brownlee looked at him and said, man, can you go? And he said, I can. He came back in, settled his troops down, and he rode him to victory just like a great jockey does.
That's
with
right.
a 64-55 win. So, Nathan McAnally, you are a Tip of the Hat Award winner tonight.
And it is a nice brim, too, that's for sure. And, yeah, congratulations to the digger, Nathan McAnally. And I want to thank you for joining us tonight, Rufus. Let's put a bow on this one and put it up on the shelf in a win column for the Cardinals. Here we go. Throwing that up in the column for you. And once again, from the Cardinals' nest for Egidio and Sebastian, Rufus Washington and the terrific City TV crew, this is Lou Stowers reminding you once again the final score, the undefeated in the Pioneer League Cardinals with a big 64-55 win over the South Spartans. Until next time, so long.